slave-ish Megatron. What's poppin', players? Let's get it on with Energon, Decepticon, Megatron. So Transformers Energon turns 20 this year. Congrats, Mazel Tov, Felicidad, and indeed, still ain't watched it though. Why would I? Literally all that anyone ever says about it is that it blows, and I've sat through enough TF media that blows. I think I'm good. It definitely seems to be the awkward middle child of the early 2000s Transformers anime renaissance. And that's perfectly reflected in its Megatron, who can sadly claim neither Armada's re-entry point heat or the final form frisson of Cybertron, and sort of ends up the mid-kid of the trio, kinda through no fault of his own, because I've always found the Energon toys to be a rich vein of giddy joy, with a dependably entertaining baked-in janky charm. So what do you say, let's finally curtain off the Unicron trilogy chapter of Monthly Megatron. God, I could not have done this in a weirder order. Yes friends, this is Mega Class Energon Megatron, a slightly sunnier downscaled version of the almost identical Leader Class toy, which I think, was that the first time they ever called it Leader Class? That's kinda huge, right? But this ain't that. This is the littler one, which dropped in a Powerlinks Battle Twin Pack with a similarly smallified Optimus Prime, and immediately it is so much. Right away it just blasts you in the brain with an optical barrage of bizarre choices. This toy is not a clean experience. There's a good looking bot in there somewhere, buried beneath the baggage and bombast. So the actual robot bit of Enermegs here, or John Tron, kinda comes off like an extension of the G1 movie. Like if there was a fourth guy in the Unicron gang, it'd be roughly this. It's visibly very Galvatron, with the signature cylindrical barrel breast and the little Coors Light 4-pack. Love the surrounding indigo trim with the orange speckles, kinda giving like a Planet Key illusion. No idea what they thought they were cooking with the colours. I love that they've taken like swimming pool safety blue and Blacktron Lego transparent green, and then just filled up the rest with grey and more different grey. That head is definitely Megatron. It's like a collage of many mega heads, with the sort of medieval helmet shape, baby antlers giving both Galvatron and Armada with the subtle nibbly edge. Doesn't look too pleased about it though, does he? Are those eye bags? Cheer up, Goth, you're Megatron. How are you gonna be evil and sad? Anyway, Meg's legs are my favourite bit of the whole guy. Drink in these awesome elephantine canisters. Tyrion canisters. Like independent space shuttles with crow's beak clampy feet. They're very intelligent, you know. These dangly wheel zippers are a bit of a state, but I'm all about the knee pads that are so obviously just his boosters. We know, and he knows we know. No, we know. He knows. God, I'm unbearable today, sorry. Full of caffeine. Arms sure are some standard rectangles there, packing a couple of surprises like the shiny spark crystal and the marginally less stealthy see-through cannons, striking skyward in Dayglow defiance. Check it out, they're even adjustable for forward firing motion. Well, they used to be until they broke while I was making this video. Look, they're clear plastic and they're 20 years old. It was gonna happen. At least he had the decency to do it on camera. Cheers. But the rest of the joints ain't a problem. Broken move for a lumpy lad. Like, the posability's not 100%. The head does go, but it's stiff as a tombstone. No waist, only diaper. But then he blindsides you with bidirectional shoulders and hypermobile hips. Bouncy and percussive. This is the true spirit of Energon Megatron. He's a big, dumb, clunky, messy, noisy, stupid, beautiful disaster of a thing. Like, the backpack is such a lot. It's beyond a lot. It's friggin' pixie lot. It's like a heavy plastic carnival cape, a peacocking portable sunburst that cannot be subdued, with a show-stopping triple split and the subtlety of Paul Verhoeven on poppers. And look at this bloody weapon. It's a tank with a sword on it. Like, of all the things I've ever said was the dumbest thing I've ever seen, this is easily the dumbestest. It's literally an entire vehicle that clamps onto his arm either way around, so it's a cannon and it's a sword. Thank God! What the f***, bro? What are we doing here? Is it like they wanted to give a nod to the Armada tank mode, but they couldn't figure how to do it cleanly, so they did it as stupid as they could? Well, he doesn't have a tank mode. There is a tank mode, and he just has it. And look, the cannon was never good, and it's old as hell, shooting dust at this point. But you'll be pleased to know the sword still makes as much noise as ever, and it still sucks. Brilliant. So yeah, robot mode's a pile of paradoxes. It's like a fairly understated normal guy, just like drenched in tacky party bomb crap. That's how I'm trying to live. transformation is pure chonky bliss. It's all power moves all the time. The canopy busts outward with a heavy clunk. The backpack discos around while the feet auto-scissor into the legs, which pull a seismic split and smash the fists into the arms with his thighs. It's some of the most G1 moves I've seen outside of G1. This is some 1988 shit. And the op mode is a very weird and impressively endearing space jet thing. Like, what if Diaclone was Thunderbirds? It's such a brash and brainless statement of a thing, drenched in deep space gobbledygook while maintaining sort of Boeing vibes. Like, the smooth white surfaces and enormous engines almost read like airliner, while the awesomely draped angular arch wings give it poise and malevolence, like a NASA Dracula. Love the bonus detail patches and sculpted Deceptor badges, and the triple wingtip pop is pure drama. He is the drama. The cockpit stretches out to oblivion, melting away from the craft on this elegant swan neck with Spawn's face, flanked by the famously fragile laser cannons leading the charge in an array of green-tipped hostility. And we can once again involve the tank, if we absolutely bloody must. I don't know how I feel about this piggyback situation. Like, it kind of turns the whole thing into a joke, but it is Transformers Energon. We're already there. I guess it does look pretty baller on top, with the cannon loud and proud, and the blade giving it like a laser contrail. If you squint. Oh yeah, Minicon ports, haven't mentioned them, they do nothing. Also, shout out to the hardest working landing gear in the business, stilting it up to comical heights to clear that dumbass dangle bonds. So yeah, this is classic space bollocks. I guess it lands somewhere between like Cyclonus and a Star Trek baddie. This is like the main reason I love Megatron. He can pull off an alt mode like this, or anything, and it still makes sense as him. Bro can do what he wants, and I am his greatest enabler. Anyway, because it took me so long to review this toy that it's now literally 20 years old, they've done another one. Hey. Yes, gang, this little birthday boy is Transformers Legacy United Energon Universe Megatron. Try saying that 5 times in a hurry. This is a bang-tidy botlet, as the core classes are wont to be. Out here ticking the Energon box on Legacy's multiversal representation checklist, packing the detail and posability of bots twice his mass, and hitting most of the marks you'd want from a new version, like the shoulder cannon switch-me-doos and tiny blank sword tank. That is, it was never gonna give you the whole show. The hollow nose cone there does kinda lend it a Happy Meal vibe, and there's no electro gimmicks, but we don't expect that from a tiny guy, right? I think that's why this lands well with me, like Legacy Armada Megatron didn't, because it's not trying to be the main event. It's not trying to take the big lad's place or occupy the same space. It's just a little guy. A cheeky thimbleful of Energon for your Legacy shelf, faithfully bringing back the Energon magic in portable pocket size. And crucially, it's 12 quid. And not 50. What a legend. I mean, Scout. I mean, Core. I mean, whatever they're calling it when you're watching this in 18 months' time. And that, I think, is the Unicron Megatron hat trick. So while Big Energo Montoya here probably is the least impressive Megatron of his era, that ain't such a bad thing. He's in strong company, and he definitely delivers in his own way, with a certain mania that I find enrapturing. It's a heady blend of traditional Transformers chonk and style, blessed with a trademark stodgy flair that can only come from the absolute moment that was Transformers Energon. Cheers to me old mucker Carl Arnold for sending me this thing like 15 years ago. Until next time, keep living that neon fantasy. Peace! Yeah, early 2000s stuff. It's always a trip. Cheers for watching, crew. Hope you've enjoyed this monthly Megatron installment. Busy month. I think that's the most I've ever uploaded. Do hope you'll stick around for April. Thanks so much to all the patrons for funding my mania, especially Bead of the XLR. Love you, buddy. Laters.
Be sure to subscribe for more Thew's awesome Transformers reviews. Robocentric vocabulgasm.